I have a very interesting story for you today. Back when I was in college, I took a course on Gothic literature. You know, the old stories, Castle of Otranto, The Monk. And there was a girl in the class, and, well, I should call her a lady since it was college, but she was in class, and I forget how it came up, but she said that she was afraid of dolls, had a full-blown phobia of them. And so we were like, but why? And she said she read a book when she was really young that was so scary it gave her a phobia of dolls. Now, she wouldn't say which book it was, even though we were like, oh gosh, that's horrible. Where can we find this book? And she wouldn't tell us what it was called. And I've been looking on and off for years after that course because I was just so curious. Like, how scary was this book? She was probably very young. Still, though. Really? So, I think I finally found it. Dollhouse Murders by Betty Ren Wright. And it's an old book, Scholastic, or, well, Apple paperbacks. Scholastic. That logo brings up so many memories of going to the book fair at school. I don't know if your school had those. I loved those. And I bought so many Animorphs books, all kinds of things. And I guess this is one that they sold. And now, I don't know for certain because she would never state which book it was, but how many books can be about dollhouses and murders and be geared towards children? So it's probably this one. And there's a children's book. And let's read the back here. The old dollhouse is trying to tell Amy something. Amy is fascinated by the old dollhouse she finds in the attic. Looks exactly like the house she's staying in with her aunt, down to the tiniest detail. But strange things seem to happen in the dollhouse, things Amy can't explain. Dolls move from one room to another, and there's no one there to move them. Doors open and close by themselves, and when Amy goes up to the attic in the middle of the night, the dollhouse is filled with a ghostly light. Amy knows the dolls are trying to tell her something, but she's terrified to find out what. Could their movements be connected to the unsolved mysteries that happened years before? Ooh. And it's not bad. I did read it. It was a decent book. What happens is there was some murders in the house that the dollhouse is based on, and the dollhouses reenact the murders, which, you know, you're a kid, you're seeing this happen, you're like, gonna need therapy probably. And it did kind of have a bit of a left turn at the end. That was probably my only complaint about it. But it ends happily. For the main characters, at least. So that's nice. It's definitely dated and a bit old. There's some language in it that would not have done well in today's climate. But overall, it's not a bad book. Now, obviously, I read this recently. I randomly spotted this on Etsy and was like, I bet that's the book that scared that girl. Now she's afraid of dolls. It does make me curious. Because, you know, if you're a girl, you typically get a lot of dolls for gifts and stuff. I remember the class were like, well, what did you do? And she goes, I read books. I was like, well, I mean, that's what I do. I rarely play with the dolls I have. I keep them because they're pretty. That seemed acceptable, except she really couldn't have the dolls nearby. She freaks out, has like panic attacks and stuff. So it seemed a very real thing. And now I've read this, but I'm well into adulthood with like real fears like bills and having enough food, going to work, you know, bad ones. Not that I'm saying kids can't be scared of all the silly things. They're not bad. Obviously, you have to feel safe in your home. That's not great when you're little and don't understand things as well. It does make me curious if I would have been as scared when I was little. I don't think I would have been. I was fairly, I don't know if I want to say brave or kind of stupid, but I wasn't afraid of a lot. I read some pretty crazy books when I was younger. I read a lot of Stephen King, probably well before I should have, considering some of the things he talked about in his books. It wasn't even the horror, it's like all the sexy adult times. But, yeah, wasn't bad though. If you do look this up, you're probably going to find a way different cover than this. I think this one's very good. Gives off kind of like old-timey Nancy Drew kind of illustrations. I doubt it's the same artist because those books were way old. But it's interesting. I'd love a dollhouse this big. My goodness, wow. Well, thank you for watching this video and visiting my channel. If you enjoy what you've seen, please feel free to subscribe. It's free, and of course you can always unsubscribe if you're not interested anymore. And if you have read this before, or if you're the lady I was talking about in this video, I hope you're doing well and staying away from the Conjuring movies. And thank you. I hope you've had a wonderful day and a spooky Halloween. Bye-bye.